Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are working on a Tesla Model S. Everything's masked up, so we're ready to spray. We skipped all the boring stuff, so we're gonna get right into it. The color code is a PMMR. It's a sunset red tri-coat. Tri-coat pretty much means that there's 3 coats and clear. So basically I got the ground coat, I got the base coat, I got the mid coat, and then I got the clear coat. That's why we call it 3-stage. Fortunately, there was a couple variances where you can just mix up the base coat with the metallics already in it. That way you don't have to do the 3-stage. Since we're blending everything, I did my spray out and the color turned out perfect, so I'm gonna choose that instead of the 3-stage. So that way, it's gonna be a lot quicker for us. Since we're blending everywhere, we're gonna stay away from the doors. Same on this side. It's a close blend, but I'm gonna stay away from the top and the bottom, so I think we should be good. And then we're gonna spray the rear bumper as well. First thing I'm gonna do is I got my gray shade base coat mixed up. I'm gonna feather all my primer lines everywhere where I primered. I'm gonna feather these lines, that way they're not as sharp. Why we have to do this? Because red is one of the most transparent colors we have. Solid red's pretty good on coverage, but when you got metallic red, it's always transparent and the coverage is always horrible. So we have to do a proper undercoat to get the proper color, but then we gotta do the proper feathering to make sure those lines are not visible, because as soon as you pull the car in the sun, all these lines are gonna be visible, even though they're gonna look covered in here. Like this hard line, these hard lines is gonna be very hard for me to cover. And I'm gonna show you guys on my spray out card. One card, I'm gonna leave the hard lines, and then on this spray out card, I'm gonna feather into the white and into the dark gray. So then we can see that the transition from here is not as noticeable as the transition from here to the white and from the gray to the black. We'll do a little experiment and I'll show you exactly why I'm gonna be feathering all my primer lines, because they're gonna all show up in the sun. But yeah, enough of this talk. Let's start painting. I applied my base coat to all my primer edges, so everything's feathered now and it looks a lot better. I'm ready for my base coat, but first I mixed up a clear base coat and I'm gonna apply over the entire panels. That way everything's gonna get blended together. The clear base coat will seal everything in, and then it'll be a great smooth foundation for our base coat. So we're gonna apply that over everything, and then we'll be ready to apply our colors. So let's do it. Okay, my clear base coat is dry. Everything's looking a lot smoother now. Everything's glossy, and so our red base coat is gonna blend out a lot more better now that I applied the clear base coat everywhere. So I'm ready to apply the color. Pretty much we're gonna do 3 coats. It should get enough coverage. And then everything I do to the car, I'm gonna do to both of these spray out cards. So here you can see I blended out the line. That way we have a smooth transition going from gray to white and from gray to black. But here we're gonna have that crisp line to indicate, if that was our primer line, what the color would look like and if we would get enough coverage to get rid of that line. So I'm gonna do 3 coats on both the cars as well, just as I am on the car. So let's shoot our color, 3 coats, and then we'll be ready to clear coat. And then we're also, before clearing it, we're gonna do the light test. We're gonna turn off the lights in the booth, get my sun gun, and make sure I have the proper coverage needed. I applied my 3 coats of base, everything's looking good. We're gonna do the light test, make sure we got coverage everywhere. First I'm gonna turn off the lights, but let me show you guys how everything's looking in here. With the lights on, everything looks clean. Looks like we got plenty of coverage. Bumper's looking good. And then here's my spray out cards. Now let's go turn off the lights and see what it looks like with the lights off and our sun gun. So let's check out our coverage on the bumper. Everything's looking good. This side looks good as well. Make sure the bottom's covered and the edges and the top of the line here. Yes, 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 looks good. The quarter panel looks nice. I don't see any primer. Tailgate as well, we got full coverage, and looks like we got coverage on the here as well. So here's our spray out card where I blended out the undercoat, and then this our spray out card without the blend. You can see how defined those lines are and how horrible it looks. Here everything is hidden. The white blends into the gray, gray blends into the black, so everything looks uniform. Here, even though I applied color on the whole entire card, it looks like 2 different shades, 3 different shades, because that was our black and that was our white, and I didn't feather the primer. So if we did the same thing on the car, if we left those sharp lines, no matter how many coats I put on this card, it will never cover those lines with this color, because it's a red, metallic, and it's transparent. So you can put 10 coats on here, you're still gonna see that line, because this one's just gonna keep getting darker, this one's gonna keep getting darker as well, but that line is gonna remain. So that's the importance of firstly applying the undercoat, and second of all, blending it out. So when you have a primer that has a sharp line, you wanna feather that in. That way your transition's gonna be hidden and you're not gonna run into this problem. Everything's looking beautiful. I am ready to clear. It's the next day, the Tesla is painted, and wow, it's looking good. Time to unmask the car and get it out of the booth. But first, you guys know the routine. Let's take a quick look and see how it turned out. One thing to keep in mind whenever you're painting and if you have the glass pulled, always make sure you tape your rubber where the adhesive goes. First of all, the paint won't really stick to it, and second of all, when the glass guy comes and he needs to put additional adhesive, firstly, he'll know where it goes, and second of all, the glass is gonna adhere to this better than it would to the painted part. Even on original panels like the Porsche GT2 RS I painted, the part where the bead goes, it wasn't even painted. It was just, it had the E-coat, which is like a factory green coating. So they actually mask it off at the factory where the adhesive goes. That way the bond between the glass and the panel is going to be a lot stronger than it would be over the painted surface. So never paint your glass silicone, always mask it like this. Check out the color on the door and the quarter. So on this part, I went all the way to the door pretty much. Wow, that's a good match. Sometimes the color is dead on and you're very happy with the results, which I am. That is it. We're done with our Tesla Model S PMMR paint coat, Sunset Red. Turned out super clean, super happy with the results. The color match was on point. We got proper coverage and everything is hidden since we feathered our primer line, so it looks just like it did before. So let's take a quick look and see how it turned out. We're gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and comment below. Also, if you like this kind of content and you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any new videos. That is gonna be it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one.